Brittany Johnson, also known as Lovely Peaches, is a 24-year-old woman from Louisiana. After an extremely rough upbringing, Brittany would find a modicum of success as an influencer online. Only the kind of content that she was posting was far from the usual. From public meltdowns to insane controversy, she has been very busy in her short time online. Though it's not what she's known for today, Peaches was initially found because of her music, producing a single called Burnin' and Itchin'. This track would go viral for its absolutely disgusting nature, so of course this made it popular on the internet, and by extension, Brittany. Brittany's early life was full of struggle and tragedy. Seeing this social media career as a way to get out of the current life that she was living, she had decided that this was her way out and was willing to do anything to attract fans. And one of the ways she would do this was extremely popular at the time. Often referred to as pressing, influencers would go out in public and harass strangers to get a reaction out of them. And Peaches decided to take it a route that very few had.
Don't be exposed to yourself either.
You want to have?
It's pretty rude.
Come on, we gotta go. Go for the win.
Have a
Don't
good night.
Yeah. You too, Daddy.
Go ahead and leave.
Yes, Daddy.
Now you got my young daughter singing.
Look at that.
Ma'am, you're gonna have to leave, please. I have children here.
Peaches would do these things at malls and restaurants, and a lot of the time there were kids around. As you heard in that last clip, that father was informing her that he had children at the table, and that is why I so heavily censored that video. Along with how Peaches was dressed. I'm not trying to be a prude, but her clothes are pretty revealing. And as I stated before, these are family establishments. People should be able to go out and enjoy themselves without having to worry about this type of nonsense. But the audacity of it is what made Peaches even more popular. It was easy for people to sit on the other side of the screen and laugh about this, because it wasn't happening to them or their family. So she grew ever more popular, causing events like I just showed you to happen more frequently. No one was safe from Peaches' antics, not even employees, who she also had no problem harassing.
I'm gonna get fired for you.
Want me to come behind you? Woo! Peaches got her.
That guy was being a pretty good sport about the whole thing, but I guarantee you if he knew that she was the artist behind Burnin' and Itchin', it would be a completely different story. I think I've been able to thoroughly demonstrate that Lovely Peaches has little to no shame. To the average person, behaving like this in public would make you extremely embarrassed. The average person might think, who am I to ruin everyone else's good time? But not Brittany. You never know what she's gonna do next.
Fish out of water looking at it.
Brittany didn't care what setting it was, she was going to do what she wanted, when she wanted. She didn't take very kindly to things not going her way either, having no fear of making arguments in public. My primary evidence of this would be the time that she appeared on daytime court TV. For those who don't know, crawfish are small, lobster-like crustaceans that live in the southern part of the United States. At least that's where the ones we're about to talk about come from. Brittany is from Louisiana, and people in Louisiana, especially around the New Orleans area, take crawfish extremely seriously. So Britney taking a man to court on TV over a crawfish order that was never fulfilled is probably one of the most normal publicity stunts that she would ever pull. This poor guy was all out of crawfish, everyone had eaten them all up for the day, and Britney had already ordered them, only to be told that she would have to get something else, because all the crawfish had been eaten. As you could infer, this ended up in court. Although I do not know if Britney won, I think it speaks to her character, that she is willing to go to any extent to get what she wants, pursuing it no matter the cost. And a great example of all of this would be Nicki Minaj. Probably not a name you expected to hear in this video, unless you're already a little bit familiar with Peaches' lore. Lovely Peaches has an absolute obsession with Nicki Minaj, the rapper and singer. She listens to all of her music, buys all of her perfumes, and follows her on almost every social media account. I cannot stress to you enough how much she loves Nicki Minaj, but I still feel like I'm not getting the point across, so here's a quick compilation of evidence.
Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Hey! Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap! You hear me?
A lot of y'all are getting on the baby for working with Tory Lanez, with Megan Thee Stallion working with Cardi B right after working with Nicki Minaj. And then y'all want to come up with these excuses. Well, Cardi B didn't go to the same extent as Tory did with Megan. But at the end of the day, beef is what? Beef is beef.
Hey! Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap!
Nobody else should have won but Nicki Minaj! Nicki Minaj! My female hip-hop artist! Nicki Minaj should have won! That's not fucking right! That's not fucking right! That's not fucking right! Nicki Minaj should have fucking won! Don't fucking play with Nicki! I'm not fucking playing with you, hoe! Answer the fucking phone, bitch! Nicki is fucking better! Nicki is better! Nicki is better! Nicki is better!
You need to stand Nicki Minaj. She's the queen of rap.
Oh yeah, I know.
Period!
Hey, you're the next Nicki Minaj.
She cries about Nicki Minaj. She screams about Nicki Minaj. She rants about her. If someone goes up to her and tells her that they don't like Nicki, it visibly makes her upset. Sometimes Peaches will be overwhelmed with a feeling of love for Nicki and feel the need to scream her name in public. Even getting out of a car in the middle of traffic to scream that Nicki is the queen of rap, she will defend Nicki on absolutely everything. When it came out that Nicki Minaj's husband was an alleged sicko, Peaches would hardcore defend all sickos, stressing to people that this kind of predatory behavior was okay, and that Nicki had done no wrong. Well, all of this paid off for Peaches, because on her Instagram account, she was followed by none other than Nicki Minaj, causing her to stan only harder. Peaches doesn't care who you are. If you talk bad about Nicki, she's coming for you. During that compilation of Nicki moments I showed you, Peaches was talking about how one of her clients didn't like Nicki Minaj, and that really irked her, leading them to get into a big argument. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are like, wait a minute, Kiwi, back it up. What do you mean by clients? Well, Lovely Peaches is a practitioner of the world's oldest profession, so of course she's bound to meet some people that don't like Nicki Minaj. But these negative interactions are only the tip of a very deep iceberg, because the way that she treats these guys can be absolutely diabolical. Peaches would often film film interactions between her and her clients and post them to her social media accounts, and with some of them having hundreds of thousands of followers, these videos get around. Once even getting to the family of one of her clients, who, as you can expect, was pretty upset, but Peaches didn't really care, recording the conversation where he confronts her on it.
Shit out of the toilet. And my daughter seen it. Don't you know how hurt my daughter is? My son seen it. Don't you know how hurt he is?
Well, tell them I'll follow them back. Tell your kids I'll follow them back on Instagram to make them feel better.
They didn't follow them. They didn't follow you. Somebody showed it to them. And it's fucking funny, huh, man? That's not funny, bro.
Tell your kids I'll follow them back on Instagram? That is icy cold. But if I'm being truthful, what did this guy expect? If you don't want to embarrass your kids, just don't do something that would embarrass them. Because if they know anything about Peaches, they are probably pretty disappointed. She is known for a lot more than just screaming in public and yelling about Nicki Minaj. Stuff that we will cover in a later segment. This guy definitely put himself in this situation. Peaches is who she is. It doesn't matter if you're a guy setting up a table at the mall or a client in bed with her at 4 a.m.
Nicki is the queen of rap. Nicki is the queen of rap.
God damn it, girl, it's too early in the morning to be hollering about that.
She's still the queen of rap, period. Y'all are delusional.
You won.
She has no problem with making her clients' lives harder, getting them kicked out of hotel rooms, unintentionally informing their family of their proclivities, or demanding that they worship Nicki Minaj. But all of that is tame in comparison to what I'm about to show you, because this shit is absolutely heartless, and I feel bad for laughing at it as hard as I did. During a phone call with a client, Brittany would say that she was sick with something extremely serious. I don't know if this is true, but judging on her laughing, I would say that it's a joke. Either way, she tells her client that she has this, and he breaks down crying.
Are you crying just because we have...
Who's we? Please, you playing about this, please.
Stop crying, you fool. It ain't that serious.
It's serious.
What you doing?
No, please, you just playing, please. Why are you laughing? This is not funny. Why are you laughing?
Quiet, you fool. It's not that serious. And to film it all, laughing your ass off, that's about as cold as it gets. But she doesn't do this to everybody. In fact, some clients have become reoccurring characters in the Lovely Peaches universe, like this old fella who has appeared in numerous commercials that Lovely Peaches has done. You see, Brittany will get these sponsorship deals where she'll be provided a link and tell people to go purchase an item or use a service. Many YouTubers do this, even I have, but she is one of the only creators that I can think of that promotes like this.
Hey Daddy, I seen you just got off of work.
Yeah, baby.
You look good.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa. Where did you get these new Nike shoes?
I pay for these shoes by clicking the link. By clicking the link in your bio.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So you
bio.
clicked the link in my bio and made
Yeah.
$750 to buy the new Nikes?
Yes, I did.
All y'all have to do is click the link in my bio and they'll send you $750.
My favorite part of the commercial is when he completely blanks out for 15 seconds and she has to yank on his legs so that he reads the script. I've seen Peaches do quite a few of these commercials in my time researching her, and the one I just showed you isn't the only one that he's appeared in.
You always take me to Outback steakhouse every week. How do you pay for this?
Well, actually, all I have to do is play a few games and answer some surveys. It's actually really easy because I love playing games. So all you have to do is click the link in my bio, play some games, answer some surveys, and you too can take your man to a luxury steak meal.
You know what, I might be wrong, I don't think those are the same guy. But either way, my point stands. Lovely Peaches is all over the place when it comes to her clients. Some of them are treated to luxury steak dinners, while others are in tears because of the real-world complications that Peaches has brought. Brittany has had contact with a lot of different guys in this line of work. Her mother would pass when she was 13, and this led her to a life of providing for herself, and eventually for her daughter who she had when she was 18. And I'm telling you all of this now because we are about to get into some of the horrible allegations that have been made against Peaches. The source of said allegations is shocking because they come from Peaches' own mouth. What I've already shown you is what I consider to be the more good-hearted side of this story, because the rest of this is absolutely vile. Another reason that Peaches went viral was because of her claims of being unhygienic. As I'm sure you could garner from the song Burnin' and Itchin', she has some problems, but it goes so much deeper than just the song. On a separate occasion, she would go through her hygiene practices overall in what is either a damning admission or an attempt at comedy.
Why don't you take showers? Not once have I ever heard an actual good, reasonable reason for people to shower. Showering, people shower because it's a trend. It's not something that it's not like drinking food or water. It's not something that it's not something that we actually need. Someone else doing it and everybody else doing it. I want to do it. I want to fit in. I want to do it. It's just kind of like with Jordan shoes. What is so special about Jordan shoes? I remember I was desperate to get some Jordan shoes, and when I got them bitches was ugly, but I still wore them just to fit in. And I'm speaking facts, even though people are going to laugh, people are going to think I sound dumb. I'm speaking facts, because think to yourself. You have to think to yourself, why do I shower? Why do I bath? Why do I do it? What am I getting out of doing this? Am I going to starve if I don't take a bath? Basically, you're just wasting your own water bill for no reason, because you want to fit in. And I understand it because people don't know if you shower or not. Anyways, they cannot tell. They cannot tell from Adam or Eve if you take baths or if you shower or not. So why are you doing it just to fit in, and people don't even know if you're really doing it or not?
But all of this was actually quite tame in comparison to some of the things that Brittany claims she has done. She began to receive a lot of kickback on social media, and rightly so, after she made a couple of disturbing statements about her daughter, statements that would make people who read it call into question the safety of that child. I just want to stress to you that all of this was absolutely vile, and is a large reason that she is as infamous as she is. These statements would offend and disgust almost anyone that read them, leading many to contact Child Protective Services. Thankfully, Brittany does not have custody of her child, and it seems that none of the things that she mentioned actually came to pass. She claims that statements like this from her are all to drum up attention on social media. Even if this is the case, it is a prime example of Brittany putting herself before everyone else yet again. But this horrible act was not an isolated incident, because Lovely Peaches has a long history of inappropriate behavior around minors. In 2019, Brittany would expose herself on a live stream with former Disney star Sky Jackson, and in 2020 she would appear in Miami to perform, also exposing herself there. There is also a screen recording from around this time of Lovely Peaches making inappropriate comments in a underage TikToker's live stream. The TikToker was Charlie D'Amelio, who was only 16 at the time and visually uncomfortable with Peaches' messages, which is yet another reoccurring theme when it comes to Brittany. She will tell people that she makes all of these disturbing statements for attention, and that it's simply an aspect of her social media strategy, but people like the police can't take risks with stuff like that. And Peaches will sometimes make statements that they have to respond to. A prime example of this would be when Peaches made statements about her dog similar to the ones that she had made about her daughter. She made some absolutely horrible posts about that animal online, leading people to report her to animal control as well as the police, who confronted Peaches about her comments, all on body camera.
Whose dog?
Mine.
Why would you make that
For followers.
Rory?
For followers?
Oh, Patty.
As you can see, he's fine. Food right there.
What?
How long you had this dog?
No,
A
thank
few
you
weeks.
so much.
Do you want this dog?
Okay, bye-bye.
I mean, I might give it to my dad, but
Where is she? Bye-bye.
If you were following somebody and they made an allegation, you would harm something for someone.
yeah, but I make jokes all the time, so I know they make jokes.
That's not funny.
You even have a window to throw them out of.
Well, you do have a window, and you have a door
That
and a
window
balcony.
open.
But you have a door and a balcony.
You were going on the pill.
That's not something that should be joking about.
At all. He's all scared.
He's scared to death. Depression, bipolar, or anything like that? Is there a reason you do what you do?
The label will sign me and I can live good.
So someone will sign you and you can live good? Okay. Alright. I mean, like I said,
I mean, that makes sense. You know, I want a good life for me, my dad, and my daughter. I don't see that's being bad.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but some of the antics you pulled on Instagram, it's not normal.
You know, but that's why I have so many followers.
You only had 459 followers.
No, I don't. It's a fan page.
You have 1.1 million followers. How much money do you get from Instagram?
I have sponsorships and stuff for maybe like 1,000 a week.
1,000 a week?
Animal control. We'll be here to talk to you.
The police also had a video of Peaches being less than kind to the animal, and she would be arrested for her actions against it, only to be swiftly released, almost facing no consequence. Peaches claimed during her interaction with the officers that all of this was for social media clout, but there are numerous videos out there of her treating this dog very poorly, and this would rightly lead to even more infamy for Brittany, as well as consequences. Whether it was because of this action or many others, her Instagram account with over 1 million followers was terminated, and account terminations have become more and more frequent for Brittany, either posting videos of John's or her many awful comments about various subjects. Lovely Peaches isn't nearly as big on social media as she once was, but that doesn't mean that all of this behavior has stopped. There are just less people seeing it. Sometimes Brittany will go dark and claim that she had to spend some time at the hospital, but she almost always returns with more content, which has followed the same patterns since her beginning online. Between what she's done to the public, numerous children, including her own, and even animals, I have no more doubts that she is one of the worst people I have covered on this channel. Brittany Johnson has affected many people's lives in a negative way, both deserving and undeserving, and she feels absolutely nothing about it, certainly not remorse, and she shows no signs of changing.